me adjust this microphone so we can get up and glow and we can get up and go, because that's what it's about. What is your glow? What is your glow? And why do you glow? I'm reminded of this because I just had one of my final practices for my TED Talk, which is in a week, and it was via Zoom. And I was excited. As I've shared, excitement and nervousness in the mind it's the same thing. So thank you, Winbell, for liking the live. If you feel excited or if you feel nervous, in your brain, it's actually the same thing. It's not until we label it, oh, I'm nervous, and that's when you will feel all of those characteristics of feeling nervous. Or, oh, I'm excited. Your brain will start to adjust to what we think excitement is. What's up? Happy Catterday! You know, I can speak of my beloved cats. I had a beloved cat who's still with me in spirit. Her name was Seki. What's up, Real Right? You are so hilarious. I am glad you're here. Continue to like the live. Yeah, I had a wonderful cat. I loved her to bits. And sadly, she transitioned. She had an incident with another animal, and she did not make it. And I will say I'm sharing this story because it was one of those things that happened that I grew from. It was heartbreaking. Anytime an animal transitions, they're like our family. And it was, I learned a lot about myself through that. Because thank you for the roses. Thank you. What's up? Hey, Isaiah. When I took her to the vet at like 2 or 3 in the morning and shared, hey, my cat came home and her arm was broken, and I had to focus. My family member, my cat is not well. I'll take her to the vet. As I was driving home, the vet called me and said, Hope, it appears that she is not going to make it. If you come back, you may be able to catch her last moments. I understand. It is quite a process. And I remember saying, I am going to go. I guess that is the closure, and what that even means to go and say goodbye and have those final moments. And what I took from that is I don't take anything for granted. What's up? What's up, Queen Flex? Thank you for following me. I really cherish every moment with every person, with every animal. It illuminated that to me because they are our family. They choose us. I believe that animals choose us. And in that transition, it was quite a transition. It was quite a transition. And because of it, it made me really snap into the present. And I shared about this when I went to the Beyonce concert. I guess that would have been last Sunday, when individuals were leaving before the last song was over. Oh, I want to avoid traffic. And I thought, no, I'm in the present. I'm going to savor every moment. This doesn't happen every day. So I'm not thinking about traffic. I'm not thinking about avoiding traffic. I am just going to go forward and savor every moment, every moment, every moment, because that's what we have. And I had shared in one of my earlier lives, that's where anxiety comes from. When you've already put yourself in the future, and the definition of future is the exact moment a word is said or it's written. The future isn't this thing that's far away, it's now. So I'm here. I'm not putting myself in that space of traffic. Even if I was, so what? I spoke about this the other day. So many things take us out of our ease and comfort. And I know about that, twin sister, too. This is what my TED Talk is about. That plane going down and me working a flight and having an emergency landing changed everything. In fact, I'm so proud of that because now that's one of my closing statements in my TED Talk what's up, Hattie? What's up? There's my bee girl. I told Hattie, anyone who's in my life, thank you, Hattie. Follow Hattie's Bees, fantastic creator. We had a live battle. However, what I loved about Hattie, because I'm all about positivity, she shared with me why she started the art of beekeeping. And I said specifically the art because there's an art to it. And she shared with me, Hope, I'm a veteran of the service, and I went into this for therapeutic purposes. And how often we can be our therapy. And she shared with me how bees, you can't be mad around a bee. Some of y'all need to start being beekeepers, because some of y'all, and I have some sisters like this, you got your mouth stuck out, you mad about this, you mad about that, and I can feel it. Get away from me. Get around some bees. Start changing that vibration. I don't know why y'all are always mad. How can you always be mad? How can you always be mad? Always? When people get in my car, I can tell that they're mad. And I say, what is it? What is so bad? You still mad? Well, I saw you 2 weeks ago, you was mad. 2 months ago, you was mad. We have so much power to snap into a beauty of a good feeling. And I shared this story about Hattie's Bees because it was another perspective of self-care. It was another perspective of, hey, there's something in me that wants attention, not attention, but there's something in me that I need to care for. And I found this thing and it's helped me. And through that, it's helped others. It's healed me. It's healed others. I've learned something. I've learned something in myself. No one can project mad energy on me. Now, you know that real right. You can't even get that close to me to project that. And my sister laughed at me because often people will just, I have a great spirit and I look really nice too. I'm always laughing. You see this glow? I got my red lipstick. Skin is moisturized. Hair is moisturized. I'm drinking water. You can tell there's something good going along with this person. They don't seem upset. That will bring something out of people. Yes, the glow is glowing. And I just got this package from Supergoop that I'll open. However, people can feel that. And sometimes it's sheerly because it's something that they want within themselves. I have compassion for that. If you look at me and you see my feet are kicked up and I'm all right, I can understand why that would bring out discomfort. Thank you, Real Right. What's up, Dr. Earl? But guess what? You have the same power to be it. You wouldn't even know anything going on in my life that you would consider like, how is she still smiling and that's going on? I have the choice. Exactly. You got to protect yourself and shield yourself and know how to clear it. However, sometimes people just need that. Sometimes they need a bit of your energy. I'm aware of that. I give off a lot of great energy. Thank you for the roses, Hattie. And this is why I'm often with myself. I like being with myself. I'm also in TED mode because this started off with, of course I am. We all are. We're made in its image. So we're all the creator. That's my belief, Emperor. I just got off one of my final Zoom calls for my TED, which is 1 week from today. And I wasn't nervous. Nervousness and excitement are the same thing. Look at me. I'm just so excited. I'm kicking around my phone. Um, it's the same thing in our bodies. It's not until we say, I'm nervous, that our body brings out all those elements of what nervousness feels like. When I say I'm excited, my body will bring attention to that feeling of excitement. Yes, I love learning being with myself. And thank you, Emperor. And I am an Empress. Sometimes I'm High Priestess. Yeah, I learned that from being a flight attendant. So 15 years flying, a lot of these flight attendants, no, I'm not nervous. I am not nervous. I know I'm able to do all things. You're only nervous if you think that you won't be successful in the thing that you're going to do. I know I always have everything I need in every moment in life. So I don't fear anything. There's nothing I fear. I attract great things. And I always say that. I attract great things. However, I have everything in me in this moment. There's nothing I need. It may take me getting to that moment to birth it. It may take me getting to that moment to say, wow, I learned this from that and I can put that towards that, but there's nothing in me that's ever nervous. For what? That means I'm not truly standing in my power. And as I speak, I only speak about fully being in my power. And I asked one of the organizers for the TED event, I said, why me? He said, excuse me? I said, why'd you choose me? Because it's a long process. Thank you, Kat Valentine. I know, I love these curls. I love my short hair and my bald. I love every part of it. So when I asked him, he said, what do you mean? I said, why did you select me? He said, Hope, honestly, you have a glow. You have something within you that the world needs to see. I almost started to cry. And I almost started to cry because I only speak because we are all the same. To me, we are all the same in a different form. Meaning sometimes I'm like, why is this possible for me? How do I think I can be what I see? How do I believe that I can be in the likes of the Maya Angelou's and write books and be a notable person? Why me? And for him to say, there's a glow about you. There's something in you. When you speak, it's felt and the world needs to see it. I will cry after this live. However, people can see your glow. People can see your gift. As much as you try to hide it, which stop trying to hide your gift, others can see. And that's often why sometimes people will show up in not their best self because they see something in you that they have within themselves, but you've said yes to what they consistently tell themselves no. Let me repeat that. They see something in you that you have said yes to. Me, I've decided to speak. I speak every day. I work on this diligently. So if someone sees me and this is something they wanted to do, but they tell themselves, no, I don't want to be seen. No, it's not for me. No, it will never work. No, I'm not good enough. No, I've never seen anyone do it. No, I don't believe in myself. Of course, your yes is going to exaggerate their no. I'm not doing anything differently. Maybe there is a gift to it. However, I'm just going to continue showing up. And I was watching a video before the rehearsals with Les Brown. And he had shared, especially within the speaking industry, he said the speaking industry has been hijacked by speakers. Thank you for continuing to like and share the live of people who just want to benefit financially. And what people choose to do is what they choose to do. I truly believe when you connect with your own gift, the financial abundance is limitless. It's limitless because you've connected with something possibly bigger than you. However, he shared what I said after that emergency landing. I want to do something that adds to this universe. The money will come. In fact, I am so wealthy now. I'm wealthy in my health. I'm wealthy in goals and just waking up every day. I'm wealthy. I found the wealth in life, and too often, specifically in the US, because the US is different from every other country. And I know, as I said, I've been to 60 of them, okay? We put far too much weight on what money makes us. Money, when I talk about money, I'm specific. It doesn't add to me. It doesn't take away from me. It doesn't make me better. It doesn't make me worse. It's a means of exchange. I'm safe with money. Money loves me. I don't hoard money because it comes to me freely. Money likes to be circulated. I have a very direct definition of what financial abundance is for me. I also have abundance in health. I also have abundance in family. This voice is because I saw my dad speak. My mother is a prolific speaker. All of the women in my family, my grandmothers, my aunts, they walked with this power. And I felt so uplifted. One of my nieces, Io, what's up? One of my nieces, Io, said, you know what, Hope, I am so lucky that I've been around women and I never heard you guys talk about men. Like, I never heard you guys say, I need this man, I'm chasing this man. You did this, and then my other auntie started this business, and then my other auntie went and got her master's, and then my other I will talk about that. Men are completely decentered from my life. I am the center of my life. Now, I also believe it's timing. I believe there's that perfect person for me when I am in that perfect timing. My success professionally means something to me. But also I have a great time with myself. So it's not me looking outside of myself for validation. Men are great, but so am I. In fact, I'm the greatest, okay? You're there. We could have a great time. But before you and after you, there's me. And I value me. And I know me. And I like me. And I do great things for me. You don't add to me. I don't care. You never hear me speak about that type of stuff because number one, I'm grateful for my father. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for seeing a partnership of people that respect each other and talk to each other like human beings. Now, my mom was a princess. She did get everything she wanted. So there's that. However, there's an element of knowing oneself that is sexy. There's an element of being safe within yourself, which is attractive. And I had shared this with my niece because we're leaving like Tuesday or Wednesday to head to Europe for this TED Talk. And I said, the most attractive thing is you will be in that TED room and you could say that's my auntie on stage. It's different from going to the club and seeing who's in the club that can get you a drink compared to, oh, my aunt is speaking at TED. The people that you're rubbing shoulders with, the people that you're networking with, the young men that may be there for her, is a completely different space. And I actually love that space. I am proud to say I've been a nerd my entire life. A sexy nerd, okay? You don't want to push me because, I got people to handle my lightweights. I don't do any of the dirty work myself. However, I've been able to go in every space and people say, hey, yo, nah, I deal with Hope. Hope is cool. I just show up as me. And I give a lot of that credit to my parents. However, there's a confidence within me because I knew it was important. If you don't like me, that's okay. I got people that love me and I love me. So you not liking me doesn't do anything for my life at all. Ever. Especially a dude. As I tell my niece, men and money are easy to replace. And that's not in a negative way, but you can always make money. You can always make money back. People fart in jars, okay? And they make money. You can always create money. I'm all about that. Yes. Me, that's attractive when someone just likes themselves. Because guess what? I can see when you don't like you. And there was a time when I would try to convince others to like themselves. That's not my job. Now, you could be inspired, but it's no longer my job. That's not my job. It's a full-time job taking care of yourself, okay? It's a full-time job. However, I do like me. I do love me. The gentlemen that have been in my life have all been secure and have been notable individuals that I felt safe with, and I'm proud to say they were in my life. You'll never hear me talk about anyone negatively who's a man who's been in my life. Why would I do that? That says more about your character. Why? In fact, that says more about you and who you are picking. That's on you, baby girl. That's a small rant. However, just because someone pursues you doesn't mean that you have to say yes. As I said, I am dating Ted. We're going on our date next Saturday. That is the best date ever. This is an accomplishment for me, and it's something that I wear with pride because anyone that looks like me, anyone that resonates with me, anyone who's inspired by me will say, wow, she did it. What can I do? What can I do? The ability to stretch and expand yourself, as I said. I knew I would be on that TED stage. I didn't know how. I didn't know what it would take, but I knew I would get there. I knew I would. And that's the beautiful part of being open and saying, I'm doing something diligently every day towards this goal, and I allow the universe, spirit, whatever you label that, I allow you to create it. That's it. I purposely show up in this way. There's an element of me that loves when women say, oh, I love your short hair. We are such ethereal beings, but we don't always believe it. I'm only beautiful if my hair is this way. I'm only beautiful with makeup. I'm only beautiful when I lose 20 pounds. Baby, if you don't believe it now, it ain't coming. You have to be it now. You will be that same person when you lose 20 pounds. Love your body in this day. It's gotten you to this moment. Our bodies are constantly fighting viruses, environmental factors, poisoned water, all sorts of things. Are you worried about cutting weight for what? Listen, if they ain't looking at you now, they ain't gonna look at you when you cut 20 pounds, okay? And furthermore, you'll still be that insecure person when you lose the weight. Until you really love what this is in this moment right now, forget about it. Forget about it. Go have a glass of water and say, you know what? In this day, I'm appreciating myself. The phone got cut off, but guess what? It doesn't cut me off from the beauty of me. I can't pay that bill. However, I'm still good with myself. The bill for me is paid. We got to start seeing ourselves outside of this man-made stuff, a bill and money. Listen, I've been in some spaces with notable people, and I had that realization that yes, money is has an importance. It's a lot easier when you know you can pay a bill. I understand that. It creates a comfort and an ease. However, I'm not going to be around you just because of money. That's dumb. I can understand someone wanting to be around a person because of a talent, because they're a singer, because they're an athlete. But solely because of money? No. That means I got to change myself to be around you. And I saw this, especially while living in London. I shared this story. I had friends, beautiful women who were in a certain type of lifestyle, and it was beyond a bag. These women were getting homes around the world and things of this nature. But I also saw they had to trade themselves. They had to trade who they were just to be around someone with what they felt validated them. Real right, this wouldn't even be a conversation. This is why it's not you. It wouldn't be a conversation. In fact, I've never had that conversation of who pays for a bill. I've never had that conversation. But there's that. That ability to stuff down what you are, change who you are, suppress who you are, to be around someone with what you think is money, that's whack. And guess what? It will get old, and you may start to not like yourself because you have to trade every part of you. And the belief is, if I'm next to it, it's me. No, proximity to wealth isn't wealth. Wealth is wealth. But financial wealth is only one factor of wealth. What is your intellectual wealth? How wealthy are you in health? How confident are you? There's so many different types of wealth. Time wealth. If you say, I don't have time, I never have time, I see why you have anxiety and why you are always rushed. You're constantly saying how much time you don't have. I always say, I have all the time in the world. Yeah, I have all the time in the world. Now, if you show up 2 hours late, I'm already going to be gone. I'm not calling you to say, where are you at? I'm already out of there. That is a disrespect of my time. However, you show up when you show up. You don't need to call me. I'm on my way. I'm 3 stoplights away. I'm 5 minutes away. Stop. Don't do that. When you arrive, you arrive. And this was also a part of my journey in speaking. That confidence of, I did it. That confidence of, whoever I'm with, you will have it, and I have it too. I'm beyond expensive. My parents even say that. They say, you are the most expensive kid. Sure. For me, the price is the price. Here's the other thing. I don't want to ask. I don't even like asking my dad. You think I'm going to ask a dude? I'm not asking. If it's not just given to me, forget about it. Which means I will build it. Now, you're by me, so we are equal. However, I'm not asking. I'm not having my hand out asking. Now, when you give it to me, if you just give it to me, if you just put it in the account, sure. I don't care to ask. That's me. That's me. I've done that. I've done that as a child. That's why I started selling candy bars and everything else. I would make jewelry and go around the neighborhood. There was always a sense of, let me create something where I don't have to bother these people. And if you don't give me the amount I want, then I'm going to have my mouth stuck out anyway. So forget it. Let me build what's for me. Let me build what heals the world and is so therapeutic that the return is exponential in several ways. I love speaking. I love upliftment. I love sharing my story. I love someone saying, I love your short hair. You inspired me. Cool. I'm not covering up who I am. I'm not covering up who I am. And furthermore, I'm not molding to you. I'm showing up as me, my authentic self in every day. And I'll leave when I want to leave. When I say I will leave, I will leave. Ask the gentlemen that have formerly stood by my side. I don't call them exes. That's not sexy enough. I like to say the gentlemen that formerly stood by my side. All articulate, handsome, successful men. However, sometimes it's time for me to go and learn something else. And we're all still great friends for the most part. Or sometimes they call me like randomly, hey, Hope, do you want to get married? And I'll say no, and then they'll disappear. I did have one, though, that moved countries. So I saw a TikTok that said, if a man wants to, he will. Of course, I've had someone move countries, sell everything to pursue. Because it's me. However, it was still a no. It was still a no. I don't care how far you came from. It's still a no. There's things I really want out of life. And there's a beauty about that drive. The beauty of the drive for your own personal success in whatever it is. Your success as a mother. Your success as a wife. Your success in business. What's up, Dusty Nelson? Your success in what you see, get it. Get it. Go and get it. And as I shared, I'm 1 week away from my TED Talk, which is next week, October 7th. You can subscribe to my YouTube, follow me here on TikTok. It's just like this. I'm speaking in this same way. And the beauty of being rewarded of such a platform from just being me is the win. I didn't have to change myself. I didn't have to be something else. I'm showing up as me. And I'm trying every day to learn what is me. Is it difficult? Sometimes. Sometimes. I'm just preaching life. I don't actually speak of any outside source such as God or anything. To me, I would replace when you say God with your name. Because if we are made in its image, it's within us. That is my belief. And I believe how similar we are. And I saw this. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the gifts. And thank you for sending the gifts, because all of the gifts will go towards my travel while I'm in Germany. I saw this through walking the streets of India and Israel and Brazil and China and Japan and you name it. I've been there and I saw, oh, we are the same. People just want food for their families. They want a safe home for their families. They want a school system for their children. That's it. Yes, there's different skin tones. Yes, there's different languages. However, that whole routine of life is the same everywhere. Everywhere. What anyone believes in, I love. I'm not here to negate anything. I'm far too exposed to the world to say anyone's wrong for what they believe in. I am glad and proud that you found something that gives you strength. That's it. This isn't ever a debate. Whatever someone feels that aids to their life is perfect for them. That's it. For me to take them away from that because I don't believe it, that's a waste of my energy. And in fact, that does nothing for the world. The beauty of another human being is what you can learn in that moment. Sometimes you got to shut up. Understand that argument means nothing. What are you winning? Who do you know? When do you win? What do you win? Why do you need to do this to feel that you are superior to someone else? See the beauty in a human being, and that's it. Not the judgment of they should believe this or they don't believe that or they need to. People don't need to know anything. People are strong. People survived a lot of things. Most things they'll never tell you. Allow people just to show up. Good seeing you, Mr. James. Hey, I thought that I was being called to that, Dusty Nelson. My sister said, the world is your pulpit. The world. Maybe you just need that word of inspiration. I don't really care about the system that it comes from. Sometimes it's just that inspiration. And why do you think you need to tell somebody something? You don't need to. Trust me. The moment that you allow that compassion, that releasing of having to say something, you may learn what you are resisting. There's so much that comes from letting go of what we just believe that we have to show others. You don't. When you feel that need of, I have to tell them, don't say anything. Sit silently with yourself. Sit silently with yourself. We're all going through the same exact thing. Working a job, trying to figure out a relationship, trying to figure out a dream, trying to manage our health, trying. We're all doing it the same. Every single one of us. I can assure you of that. And what I also learned being a flight attendant for 15 years, there were so many pivotal things that I've learned. A lot of it came from the losses in life. I had passengers transition. One transitioned in my arms that changed me. I'd never seen someone pass away, let alone in front of me on the airplane. Yes, I went into an existential crisis, but it allowed me to say, whoa, this experience goes like that. What am I here for? What does this mean? Anything that I know to be true, is it? Is it true all the time? Is it true in every country? Is it true for everybody? Is it true in every circumstance? Oh, if it's not, whoa, that opens a world. Where I said, as much as I know, I don't know that much. Whoa, okay. This experience to me is to learn. Maybe make people laugh or share whatever insight, but I don't know nothing. And it also came from me thinking, insisting people should know this, people should know that. 100% of the population will never travel like I traveled. 15 years as a flight attendant. They never will. How did I process it? Through a lot of quiet time, therapy, journaling. I'm probably still processing it. And that was almost 20 years ago. It allowed me to open a space to see this experience as that, an experience. The first time I was working a flight from LA to London. And well, thank you, Dusty Nelson. And the person passed during the flight. Now, these flights are all-night flights, so the window shades are down, the lights are off. So the person had a brain aneurysm. It's unlike like a heart attack. You may see someone grab for their chest. You may see convulsions. A brain aneurysm is like this, and you don't see it. So I remember upon our arrival service, we do a drink and breakfast arrival service. Yes, Peso. That's Peso. She sees someone mowing the lawn. So when the lights came on, the person had changed color because it was an 11-hour flight. They had passed 3 or 4 hours into the flight. So they had been gone for 6-7 hours. And again, I was not the head flight attendant. Thank you for the roses. But flight attendants came to me and said, Hope, you need to go look at the passenger in 23A. And I thought, well, why are you coming to me? These are little signs. Because in every instance, it was me. And I wasn't the head flight attendant. There was a reason for that to me. And I went to talk to the passenger and I put my hand on his shoulder, and I had never, funny enough, the person sitting next to them was like a brain surgeon, which was another thing because the person passed from an aneurysm and sitting next to them was a brain surgeon. We're all from something bigger than ourselves, Dusty. So when I touched him, I had never felt that before, and it shocked me because it was cold. I had never felt a human body. Okay. Peso, we're going outside. Just one moment. Okay. All right, we will deal with that. So, that shocked me. And when I saw the color of the person, I knew this person was done. And it was shocking. And it was life-changing. I did take time off. I did talk to a professional about it because I was unaware that that would affect me so much, seeing the loss of life of someone that I didn't actually know. And I remember sitting in my room. I was living in London at the time. I was based out of Heathrow, and I was living in London. Thank you. I appreciate that. Crying. I was just up in the middle of the night crying, just questioning what this experience was. And one of my great friends had reached out. She is now a therapist and finishing her PhD. And I said, I'm glad you called me randomly because I'm so sad. I've been so sad ever since this happened. Yeah. Between that person, thank you, Dee. And another person called and said, yeah, when you ask, help is sent to you. Peso, thank you for defending. However, that's her Chihuahua side. So I took time off and I really questioned. It was an existential crisis. I think I may have been 25. May have been 25 or 26. And it was that first time that I saw that. Because any other time that I saw loss of life, it had been beautified. Like a funeral. And it was that spring to... Yeah, it was quite young. It brought a new vibrancy to life because I knew that this experience is an experience. And the second time, it was a little bit more gruesome because I was actually with the person, and it was in another country. Now, if you pass in a different country, if you are an American citizen, the U.S. will bring your body back. This is the things that you learn when traveling. Depending on your country of origin, depends on if the country will just bring you back. This other time was in Brazil, Sao Paulo, Brazil, and the passenger walked onto the plane, had a heart attack, fell, hit his head. Yes, thank you, Dee. I'm glad that you know that. What a bright woman you are. Walked onto the plane, immediately had a heart attack, fell, hit his head on the armrest, and that was it. And that was a shock because, again, I was right there. And it was something. Because with the first incident, and these were probably 10 years apart, I had talked to the passenger prior to his passing. So it was me conceptualizing like, whoa, I had a conversation and now it's just a body. This is no longer a person with a soul. The second time, it just was, it still was an element of what I learned because it's something. You still feel something, or at least I do. I did. And then I think within a week or two, there was a flight attendant that actually passed away after working a flight. We were on the way to the hotel, and they, same thing, had a heart attack and passed in the transport to the hotel. So it was these transitions where I was trying to figure what that meant and why I was there. And that one I took time off from. All of them I took time off from. They changed me. They enlightened me. I like to use it as a refocus because I do believe most may just be living on autopilot, not knowing that that's just how quickly it goes. And so because of the topic of my TED Talk, when I had that emergency landing, it was that same thing of, whoa, that's how it goes, Hope. That's how it goes. You don't get a text message like, Hope, you will be transitioning in exactly 54 years, 6 days, 2 hours, and 4 minutes. No, you don't know. And with the emergency landing, I took it as, if it goes this quickly, I'm going to spend every day living exactly how I want. Am I living where I want to live? No, I'm not. I'm living close to the airport. I'm living close to my job. I love my apartment. It's a brand new apartment with an elevator and a gym and all these things. But if it was up to me, I'd be living on an island. Okay, do that. And within 6 months, less. That's why I moved to Maui, Hawaii. Is this what you want to do? Being a flight attendant. I loved it until I didn't. And I knew it was time for me to transition. I had told my parents and my sisters, listen, you guys need to start taking your trips because I'm on my way out. I don't love this the way I used to. It feels like a job now. I don't want to continue to do that. And I've seen people transition on the plane. Then I had this emergency landing. No, I got to get back to truly living. Because I'm not. Within a year, COVID had happened, and I rose my hand. I'm ready to go. I took the early retirement from the airline and started speaking professionally. Am I driving the car I want to drive? I wasn't even driving. I lived in New York City. So, okay, I want that. I just want what I want. I'm no longer going to say no because it's too much or I don't want, nah, this is easier. This is cheaper. No, this is my experience. I'm living it how I want to live it. That's it. I don't need this acceptance and this validation from these guys to make me feel better. What about if I just set out to do exactly what I want? Because that's what's for me. I want validation from you because you have the accreditation of a university or that big job title or living in some city or that amount of money. What? I can just create that myself. I'm trying to get chosen when I'm already chosen. I choose myself. Recognize your power and create it. So I chose to take those moments as that refocusing of, hey, live fully. Les Brown has a saying that says, live full and die empty. That's it. I've heard too many people, peso, silencio. I've heard too many people say, when I retire, I'm going to move here. You don't even know if you'll make it to that. Yeah, peso. So, hey, I'm doing it now. So when COVID did happen, man, I would just sit, silencio, cállate. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Retiring, I retired just to go for another dream. Retirement, I'm not putting all of my efforts into someone else's dream. I'm putting my efforts into mine, whatever that may be. Beso. I'm putting my efforts into me. So when COVID came, I was kicking back like, hey, I'm living my exact life. I don't have the story of the regret of saying, I wish I would have moved now COVID. No, I had already moved. I'm already driving my dream car. I've already started speaking. I'm living in Maui, Hawaii on an island. I feel my best because I decided to say yes and go. I had my COVID already. I had asked those questions. So I was kicking it. And let me tell you, Hawaii during COVID was fire. Thank you, D. All your fire emojis, it was fire because anyone who had two homes, if they had a home in Hawaii and a home on the mainland, they went back to the mainland. It was like Hawaii 100 years ago. I could go to a beach, it would be me and maybe two other people. I met my neighbors and I would forage for fruit and I felt so free simply because I said yes to me. Simply because I said yes to me. And I just started pouring into myself. I had therapy virtually every week. Then after, once things started opening up, I had a massage every month and acupuncture every month and like adjusting, like chiropractor, pouring everything into my body and soul. I just felt aligned and free and focused and healthy and resilient. And I was in Hawaii. So I don't really listen when other individuals say, well, I'm waiting another 20 years. You don't even know if you'll have 20 years. You don't know that. You could be using that 20 years towards another dream or goal or aspiration. And furthermore, all caps, That's my boy. I love all caps. Thank you, D. He's a sweetheart, and I love all caps. So everyone in the chat, go add all caps Angel. Fantastic DJ. We have a symbiotic relationship. He spins the tunes. I do a two-step. I give words of affirmation and wisdom. He's an amazing individual, so thank you. Well, say no. You can't. As soon as you say you can't do anything, you've given the power to something else. You are able to do anything that you want. Just say no and then shut up. Oftentimes you want to say no, but because you don't need to justify it. Say no, don't say anything. It'll get easier. That's it. That's it. I'm not waiting. I've seen transition. I've been on a plane that went down. I'm doing this experience to the fullest. Peso. You just want a little attention. Okay? Right now I'm speaking, so you're going to have to wait. Hold on. Come here. So, come on. So, yes, Peso, half terrier, half Chihuahua. That's for me. Now, you'll have to find what's for you. I only speak from my experience. Okay, Peso, this is the thing. I brought you up here to be a special guest, but not to come over here and bark. Do what it takes to push yourself or know when your time is right. That was my time. And it's taken everything to get to this moment. Now, since I've put in those daily workings, I have my TED Talk a week from today. That's the beauty of it. The beauty is in the fact that when you say yes to yourself, things just start opening up. People fall by the wayside. Other people come to support. When that person who selected me for the TED Talk, when I asked them, why me? He said, Hope, you got something that the world needs to hear. I had to put you on the stage. There may be something that others see in you. And sometimes to believe in what others see in you is the belief that you need. I know. I left my dream occupation. I loved flying. I'm like the best flight attendant in the world, baby. This is my flight attendant red lip. Can you imagine seeing me on the plane? Hi, my name is Hope. Welcome aboard our flight 1627 with nonstop service to New York. I still got it. I loved it. I got to talk to people. I got to travel. I got to leave men in different countries and different cities. Loved it. And because I loved it, I knew that I could leave it. And I never left it. It's always within me. I affected who I needed to affect. And there's another dream. And there's another path. And there's another chapter. And there's another story. And I'm betting on myself. I did it once. Watch me do it again. And I even told myself during COVID, when I took the early retirement from the airline, after 15 years, I kept my life insurance policy. What's up, Black Rob? And the life insurance policy had the amount. I think the amount was like $232,000 in of what they would cover or what my family would get. And I looked at that and it made me angry. I said, that's not even a fraction of my worth. Yeah, it's time for me to create my worth. And that's okay. That's the amount that they labeled me. But my true worth, it's time for me to write that. Here's another thing. When that flight, it didn't go down in a fiery blaze, although we had an emergency landing, I decided to, there was two things that brought my attention to. The first was I wasn't truly afraid of transition. I was actually afraid that this voice wouldn't be heard. I was truly afraid that if my obituary said Hope 15-year career flight attendant period, that wasn't enough. I knew there was more in me. I knew it was Hope retired flight attendant, comma, Hope professional speaker, comma, Hope TEDx speaker, comma, Hope philanthropist, comma, Hope. All of those commas wouldn't even exist because I simply kept telling myself no. I refused to tell myself no. I refused to tell myself no. If I'm made in its image, then I'm the creator. As soon as I tell myself yes, as soon as I see it, I can create it. I have the power. I'm going. I'm betting on me. Who else but me? Bet on you. It's in you. It's for you. I always say the blueprint is that dream or that vision that you always have of a job or a house. It's not just coming into your mind just for fun. No, it's there to show you, go get it. Go get it. And the journey of the becoming is the most beautiful part. What I have had to become is the gift. Because there was a time where I wouldn't have done this. I was so afraid of being seen that I had to say, you know what? I'm afraid, but I'm afraid not to. I'm going. It's for me. It's for me. I was born for something bigger. People always say you encourage, you speak so well. We love to hear you. The thing that you do the best is typically your gift. Stop believing that it's not. It could just be making apple pies. And my mom makes the best. Well, she's a great chef, cook, pastry chef. Fantastic. However, you can do it. Especially now with the internet, TikTok. Go ahead and make your apple pies on TikTok. Put it out. However, do what's for you. It's so fulfilling. I have this energy when I talk because it feels so good. I told myself, what would I do every day without payment? It's this. Storytelling. Crafting my life and what I've learned into uplifting speeches and stories to maybe help somebody. I love this. I don't need an alarm. It's what I love to do. I've connected with something bigger than me. And even the goal of TED Talk, I glean with accomplishment just seeing my friends and family saying, I can't wait. My friend is doing a TED Talk. My daughter is doing a TED Talk. Because when someone sees you accomplish something, that means they can. Exactly. Mary, keep speaking. Even that, opening platforms for others to share their stories. We're all often saying the same thing. Maybe you just need to see it from a different person, in a different way, with a different cadence, with a different flow, with a different melody. The spoken word is so important. Words are spells. There's things I won't say. I know how important words are. I know the weight that they hold. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Choose your words carefully because you're building your world, whether you know it or not. You are building your world. Build the world you want. It may not make sense. It may not even feel comfortable to say, exactly, I'm going to have that house. And you don't even have a house. You staying on someone else's couch. So it did not come to stay. It came to pass. It's not going to be like that always. Exactly. And paint that beautiful world, Mary. I understand. There's a beauty that comes from it. You see it. You feel the energy. This is why I'm not talking to you like this. I actually enjoy what I do. No, that's boring. We've had those teachers and speakers that you say, why did they choose this? And I remember seeing other speakers, and I said, hey, I could definitely do that. And then I said, I'm much better. And I caught myself. I said, Hope, you may be, but you're watching them. You don't need to critique until you're up there on the stage with them. That's another part of it. Quit critiquing if you're not in the area, if you're not in the arena. Well, Michael, I think there's a part of it that is innate. Another part is my father. My father is a speaker. Everyone around me is a orator, really. And then my path to becoming a professional speaker during COVID, concentrate. No, just see yourself speaking how you want. That's just a part of it. There's visualization, and then there's the technical element. And there's lots of elements on YouTube. However, Michael Lattimore, it also comes from confidence, because if there's an impediment while speaking, it sometimes weighs on our confidence. I would start with that pure visualization of seeing you speaking how you want to speak. Just visualize it, feel it, and then start taking the next steps. Whether it's hiring a professional, reviewing YouTube videos about how to perfect speech when there's a presence of stuttering or things of this nature. Yeah, start with that. Because if you're still believing I can't do it because I stutter, that you've already set yourself back. Just start seeing yourself speaking how you want. For me, I said, am I going to school? What am I going to do? Well, it was during COVID. And my father would say, whatever you want to do, when you do it consistently, daily, you become a professional. So if you want to paint and you paint for 2 hours a day, within a month, you're a beginner. Within 6 months, you're pretty much advanced. If you do that for a year, you're a professional. Then you keep adding layers. So I said, it's not school. Toastmasters. I remember Toastmasters. I'd gone to Toastmasters. I love Toastmasters. And because Toastmasters during COVID, this was in 2020, was all online, and I craved accents. Because as a flight attendant, I would be in Germany 1 week, Japan in another week, France, London, you name it. I like accents. In fact, I always say I'm an international speaker. I like speaking outside the U.S. This is a great thing with me having my TED Talk outside the U.S. So what I did, I listened to my father. I love my father. I call my mom and dad my board of trustees, because your board of trustees actually runs the show for any company. You got to trust them. They can usually see things further out, and they make all the decisions. I call my parents my board of trustees, and I challenge you to have your board of trustees. Pick 4 people that are worthy of being on that board. Yes. Okay, Mary. So you were raised around this. So I spoke for 5 hours, 4 days a week, because again, I'm always building my exact life. I always saw productivity, not a job, Monday through Thursday, because I would travel or have my own life on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I would go to 5 different Toastmasters clubs. They're each an hour. Some of them were an hour and a half or 2 hours online. So I would get up at 5 a.m. My first club would be at 6 in the morning in London. I would go to that and I would speak, and I'm listening to speakers, and I'm giving speeches, and I'm critiquing speeches, and I'm writing speeches, right? After that's done at 8 o'clock, I have another YouTube and then YouTube. Thank you. That's my goal. I have another Toastmasters meeting. And then after that, I have one in France. And then after that, I have one in Germany. And then after that, I have my home club in Hawaii. I did that for a year, 5 hours a day, 4 days a week. Because yeah, I know how to speak, but now I have to learn my speaking voice. Now I have to learn how to craft my message. Now, oh, okay, Honduras. Okay. Ooh, lovely. I love that. The spoken word is that important. You can take it around the world. Now for me, to craft my message, yeah, that's how I did it. I didn't pay. I paid with time and diligence and feeling uncomfortable, but that's what I did. So 2020, while people were doing what they were doing, I was speaking 5 hours a day and then meeting people, and they would say, hey, have you heard this girl Hope? You could have her speak, and I would speak there, and I would speak here, and I would teach speaking. So I was crafting it for about a year and entering competitions until I got to a point where I felt that I plateaued, where I felt I don't feel that I'm gaining anything else. And I then knew a lot of speakers and people in the industry, and as well as other people who wanted to feel more comfortable speaking. So Hope, can you be my speaking coach? Thank you, Michael Lattimore. Thank you. And I'm building it. I don't care what someone says I could do. My parents would say that. Tell Hope she can't do something. I'll find a way to do it. A no is just a redirection. Yeah, I'm comfortable. Listen, I'm comfortable in my space because I'm confident with me. I'm not adjusting my clothes. I don't feel like I'm being judged. I'm comfortable wherever I'm at. I'm worthy of every space. I'm happy to be here. If I'm not, I won't be here talking. However, that confidence comes across with speaking. And that's what I believe it is. I asked my dad, how did you teach us this? He said, well, it comes from your confidence. If you don't believe what you're saying, it will translate. Furthermore, if you don't even like yourself, that'll translate too. So it's a whole holistic, full body, full being approach. Yeah, and do what it takes, Counselor Cat Mom. Thank you, Michael Lattimore. Thank you. I mean, hey, you may be speaking something into existence. There's a lot of things that are coming forward, and I only speak on things that are confirmed and like done, except for TED, because TED is, you can just watch that next Saturday. And thank you. Yeah, Counselor Cat Mom, do whatever it takes. And I always say it starts with just speaking better to yourself. Saying better things to yourself. Go buy a new lotion. I just went and bought my favorite red for my nails because red is my power color. It keeps me in my power. Yeah, I'm doing great. Things are great. I deserve to be here. I feel good about myself, even if it feels uncomfortable. And note that if it does, that's okay. But keep at it every day. Say one great thing to yourself and then just add more. I love my skin. I love that I've survived. Yes, often how we speak about ourselves is how we speak to others. I shared this in my live earlier this week. If we can't forgive ourselves, thank you, we can't forgive others. If we can't be compassionate and patient with ourselves, it will show up in our relation with others. Thank you, Peso. So, exactly, you got this. And that's how it starts. Exactly. The dog Peso agrees. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. She's here to defend. Start saying words of power. I share. I'm only saying powerful things. Powerful things to myself. To stay in that space of empowerment. To stay in that space of deservingness. I deserve to be here. Tell yourself that. If you're telling yourself the opposite, it will take time to get to that space of saying, yeah, I deserve this. I'm worthy of this. I've made it through some things. I forgive myself. I had to remind myself of that because I saw myself holding on to something that I did. And I said, Hope, we're only doing the best that we can with the information we have. When we expand or have more information, then we show up differently. But so what? You don't need to be hard on yourself. The world will. Be patient and kind with yourself. Yes, I do. I say it out loud to myself. I say it internally. I say it to others. I say it to the dogs. I say it all the time. All the time. And guess what? If someone's gossiping or speaking words that aren't empowering, I walk away. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I will walk away. So now I say I claim this day. I claim my power. I claim my health. I claim the beauty in this day. I claim my wealth. I claim my prosperity. Today is a great day. I'm deserving. I am healthy. I am bright. I am full of magnetic, powerful energy. I'm excited about this day. There's so much greatness in this day, and I can feel it. I say all of that. You have to. To me, I have to. Especially with flying, it was a good idea to do that. Pump myself up. Listen, the moment you step outside of your door, there's some other program. I'm programming myself. I'm programming the love and great things into myself. Because when you don't program yourself, you will be programmed, and you can take that in any way. Now, because I have my speech next Saturday, my TED speech, I'm not even listening to music. I'm silent. I'm listening to myself. Sometimes just silent. Hear what's going on. Hear that inner dialogue. Hear what you're telling to yourself. Well, that's just a redirection. That's a redirection. So what? Don't take it personal. Nothing in life is personal for me. Great. That gives you the space of the new redirection. I was fired the only time, well, technically, when I worked at my dad's office. Apparently, he would fire me all the time. But because I am persistent, I would just show up like nothing happened. And that's how you have to do in life. That's what I say. Just keep showing up. I would show up like he didn't tell me not to come back. However, I was a makeup artist for Lancome. And you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm just persistent. Persistence always pays off. I love a persistent man. I love a persistent man. If you take my first no as a no, then you aren't it anyway. I need to see some real work, because you don't find a hope, baby, this is a rare gem. I need to see that persistence. I love it. So when I was a makeup artist for Lancome, I was working exclusively for the brand because I speak well. Therefore, thank you, Mary. I know how to sell. I learned this from my father. Exactly. And I'm the rarest of them all. I don't even care. I don't even have to say it. Or create it, or explore, or dream about what's next. I love that word, tenacious. Tenacity is everything in life. This is why boring people fall by the wayside. If you're boring, uh, 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 you'd probably be intimidated by me. But there's a saying that says, uh, good things come to those, what is it? It'll come to me. And I think it's Ben Franklin said it. However, as I was working for Lancome, I had a great idea. I worked in different department stores. I'll come up with the statement. Uh, I'll come up with it after this story. So I worked in different department stores exclusively for Lancome, and my boyfriend at the time worked for Macy's in the shoe section. He was like, Hope, let's go to lunch. So we took a lunch and we went and had a herbal cigarette, and I took like a 2-hour lunch. This is how creative I am. This is why I could share a lot of things. I've lived a lot of life. Yeah, can't normally just leave your job for 2 hours. I learned that. So I came back and I just tried to walk in like I wasn't gone for 2 hours. And the counter manager said, Hope, what are you doing? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I said, I'm here, back from my lunch. She was like, Hope, go home. I was like, what are you talking about? I wasn't feeling good. I was in the bathroom. She said, Hope, go home, which meant you are no longer working for me. And that's because I took a 2-hour lunch. Now, because I am persistent, I did come like that following week because I worked a few days out of the week, and I showed up like nothing happened, and she told me again, Hope, go home. The great thing is being released from being a makeup artist there led me to becoming a flight attendant maybe 90 days later, maybe. So I often say that this is a redirection. Good things come to those who wait, but you'll only get the things that are left over from those who hustle. That saying, let me see who that's from. Good things come to those who wait, but you'll only get the things left over from those who hustle. If you see something, go get it. Go get it. I don't explain to people what a speaker is. I say, well, listen to me talk. But some people say, well, what is that? Thank you, Bella. Thank you. Thank you. There is a real glow, I have to say, because this accomplishment with the TED Talk has brought a lot out of me. And I believe when you're in this flow or in alignment or working your blessing or your gift, it shows. It shows in a certain way. And thank you both, Bella and Michael. I also want to have this glow because I really believe my big goal is to unite people, to be on stages, to share words that unite us, because we have so much in common. Until that perspective shift is seen of our similarities, and focusing on the similarities and less of the differences, I believe there could be some changes that are necessary for humanity. That's my long-term goal. I aspire for greatness. Thank you, Bella. I appreciate you. Thank you. I aspire to inspire anyone. There's an area of, I believe, by just adding it, Augustine. So for me, with spirituality, it's my words. So for you, it could be something else. However, just add it. Just add it. I see everything as a ceremony. Everything is like a church. Everything is a time where I can receive. So much so that I had mentioned when I went to the Beyonce concert last Sunday, I saw it as a ceremony. I showered and said, I'm going to this place and I'm going to add my powerful energy. Because people are happy and they're excited and they're dancing and there's good energy. I'm going to add my uplifting energy, and I'm seeking to take all of that uplifting energy with me throughout my goals and my week and my year and my life. That's how I speak spirituality into everything. It could be even into my water or tea. This water is hydrating every cell in my body. It is aiding in the health of my body. For me, that's how I do it. For you, be as authentic as you can be and speak it into everything you do, because everything can be somewhat of a ceremony when you see it as such. Even in interactions with people, I will say, let me listen. Let me listen. There's something for me to learn. Thank you, Rational Life. There is something to learn. I believe the gift is, my father says there's no coincidence. There's no coincidences for anything in life. If that's the case, just the sheer time that I spend with a human being is purposeful. How am I growing in this moment? What can I learn? How can I be more patient, more compassionate? How can I allow myself to breathe and connect something? Because if nothing is a coincidence, this person is here for a reason. Same with my words. I choose them wisely because they have so much weight. If I'm not speaking, I don't really talk much. And there's some family members that want to talk more. But because now I talk professionally, it's if it's not uplifting or engaging or thoughtful or passionate, I don't want it. I don't care to be involved. At this point, this is something bigger than just a conversation. And our lives are our tools to add to this experience in whatever way, however you see fit. I don't know. You know. And I believe when you know, apply it. It will add to this experience. It will add to others, because people are always watching us. You never know who's inspired by you. Just from you showing up. And the beauty of that is truly knowing that there's something unique about you and you're here for some reason. Most of us know. Most of us tell ourselves no. Most of us will say, nah, that's not. No, it's not. We're all unique. We're all, to me. I say this is my truth. It's not the truth. It's a truth. If I seek to be a kind, compassionate human, this is what it means to me. When we recognize a gift or our gift or how we can add, it heals in some way. And I believe that's the power in this human experience. And I believe my gift is sharing these uplifting words. So I will continue. I will take any redirection. My TED Talk next week is about the redirection from the emergency landing and what got me to this space, and the TED space, and just expanding where I speak. However, we all have it. I truly do not believe there's any difference. I do believe in that universal consciousness. So in that, strive for your authenticity. Show your authenticity in your own light, your own individual way. And be proud. Be proud of today. Be proud you're here. Look back and say, whoa, I made it. Because we all have. We all are going through something, got out of something, going towards something. Be proud. Speak powerful words into you. Tell yourself you're proud. Tell yourself you like yourself. Tell yourself you like your skin, your body, your voice, your hair, your being, how you show up. Speak words of power, because often we're not. And we are powerful. We are. We are. This is why I speak. This is why I entitled my TikTok Hope is Speaking, because my name is Hope. However, I speak words of hope and encouragement and inspiration. A lot of funny stuff, because I was the 15 years of flying, and I've been kicked out of countries. I got ran over by a motorcycle. I got some stories, okay? I love to share them. That's a part of my authenticity. Go subscribe. My YouTube is Hope is Speaking. I upload all of my lives onto my YouTube channel. I am giving my first TED Talk a week from today on October 7th. If you go to my link in bio and go to the TED logo, you can see, or you can bookmark it, because it will be live streamed. This TEDx event is happening in Karlsruhe, Germany. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, self-care is the best care. You got to take care of yourself, because these mofos will run you ragged. I know. I got some people in my family, honey. You better take care of yourself. And when esperanza or l'espoir in French. I am multilingual, and in Portuguese, it's like esperanza. I believe it's esperanza. And then in Italiano, it's similar to esperanza. I'll have to look it up. And in Arabic, it's beautiful too. I know my name in several languages. And sí, gracias. So yes, TED is a week from today. Follow me. I upload all of this uplifting content, me swimming, hiking, foraging for food, rollerblading. I love to be outside, as you see, shaving off my hair, just encouraging. I'm showing up as the person I am. I don't wear any hats other than hope. Any label that's put on me will not fit, because the only label I currently hold is hope. And I close all of my lives with, be the reflection of love, because we all come from an infinite source of love. Show up. Show up. Show up proud. Show up healthy. Show up wealthy. Show up beautiful. Show up strong. Show up confident. Show up sexy. Show up bright. Show up smart. Show up knowledgeable. Show up wise. Show up forgiving. Show up to learn. Show up to understand. Show up just to show up. With pleasure, Counselor Cat Mom, because all you had to do was show up. Counselor Cat Mom is always in my lives. I am so happy. Yes, remind yourself. Come to my page, because I'm going to remind you. We carry so much power that we give away, and it's. I also like to share this. Sometimes us giving away our power is learning the power that we actually hold within ourselves. I don't believe there's a failure or bad choice. Everything is a lesson to learn. And oftentimes it's leading us back to ourselves. Yeah, well, you have 3 years. I have someone close to me that works for the IRS. Don't allow that to stress you out because, girl, girl, don't let that stress you out. You better go drink a nice cold glass of water and say, Hope told me to enjoy the day, so I'm going to enjoy the day. We have that power. Given that, I understand that discomfort of taxes, but so what? That's why I say if a bill don't get paid, so what? It will eventually, but me being upset, getting high blood pressure, then sweating and constricting my blood vessels, that don't do nothing but put wrinkles on my face, dries out my face. I'm not having that. It's looking good over here, okay? It will get handled when it gets handled. So show up. All you had to do was show up. Make it look good when you show up. Aside from Counselor Cat Mom, don't come into my lives in your pajamas. I can see it. I can see it. Or them sweats with the holes and the paint stains on the shirt. No, you're here today. Show up. Put on that lipstick. Exactly. I'm healthy. I'm wealthy. I'm wise. My booty is nice and cupped and taut and round, and the legs looking good, and the skin is glowing. Baby, I'm here. I'm showing up for life. And finally, continue to glow. When I asked one of the organizers for the TED event, I love you too. Thank you, Rationale Life. When I asked one of the organizers for the TED event I'm speaking at next Saturday, I said, why me? And he said, Hope, there's a glow. There's something about you that the world needs to see. It was my confirmation because I'm right there. Sometimes I doubt myself. And that expression of tears when he said that was like, believe and go. Believe and glow. We all have that glow. Sometimes we got to get connected to it. Maybe the glow is when you're helping your children or your significant other or building something or leaving somebody or eating a good piece of pizza, whatever it is. Do what you need to do to glow. People can see it. That radiant beauty, you need to see it because sometimes you need to glow to remember who you are and to remember the power you hold. And I'm sharing these words because I got to share it with me, honey. I got to share it with me. I'm right here with you, okay? This is why I put on this red lipstick. So I appreciate you. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for showing up. Because you are, thank you. Yes, that is true too. Thank you, Gail. You are a part of the dream for me. I told myself no about this voice for years. And when I decided to say yes, every time someone says, Hope, I needed to hear that today. Hope, you encouraged me today. Hope, keep doing what you're doing. It's encouragement for me. Because I truly feel this is something beyond me. And I'm grateful for everyone that takes something from it. So follow me here on TikTok, subscribe on my YouTube. Your girl is going to TED. And I'll be posting more content on my TED journey because it's in Karlsruhe, Germany. And I love Germany. I've been there hundreds of times. The things I like to buy from the grocery store in Germany, I'm one of those. As I don't know, I was a flight attendant for 15 years, so I've been everywhere. So you got the full thing. I just got a new package. You may see something about this. Super Goop. Enjoy the best of the day because the best of the day is yet to come. Just hold that thought that you haven't even seen the best of the day. And girl and boy, you look good. With pleasure, Rational Life. Bye-bye.